This is Flo, and I am cutting the little fox, I think. So I have added some little eyes because he doesn't have eyes, and so now I'm going to cut it on my wonderful Maker 3 machine, and you will see just how it's going to do. Now I'm going to be pausing this at times, so hopefully oh, that's it, that's the two. Right, it's just asked me for the next page. This is the white page, and I have loaded my black pen and the scoring roller in there, and I'm now going to push the button to say go. Now, to a lot of people this will just be the boring part, and it's putting it together that's the most exciting. However, with these 3D low poly images, what you will find is that they score with your scoring wheel or stylus. You do have to change it for your stylus if you're going to use a stylus, but you change that in your tools, and they write the numbers with a pen. Now, it shouldn't take too long for it to score, but you can't hurry up the scoring, and likewise you can't really hurry up the writing. But it's very interesting to see the machine actually scoring and writing. What you can see on here is the little roller wheel going round and round. I might pause that for a little bit until the pen starts to go, because I'm sure you don't want to see too much of the boring scoring. Now, the machine has just beeped and told me that it's now writing numbers. Now, if you look very carefully, you won't see them just at the moment. I can see them if I just look over the top of the bar, but you can't see that on the camera. No, but very shortly it'll come forward somewhat, and you will be able to see the tiny little numbers that it's writing on each piece. Now, it's not the whole piece that it's going to cut. Every single little cut and tab has a number on it, so that you can match those numbers up and glue it together. Now, when you cut this, you're cutting it so that your paper on the mat is upside down. So you're writing the numbers on the inside of the low poly image that you're making. Now, don't make the mistake, especially if you're doing it in a textured cardstock, of writing the numbers on the textured side, because the textured side is generally the side you want to have on the outside. The other thing is, if you're using a double-sided paper that has got one colour on one side and a slightly different or different colour on the other side, just be careful that you use both sides the same if you're wanting to do the same colour. Now, oh, it's not going to spit it out for me, is it? Let me just see if I can adjust this camera and come back to you. I have adjusted the camera. It's quite interesting because I can hear the machine moving, and then I can see it moving on the screen. No, you can view. It's hard to actually see those numbers as they're writing. I can see them from the back, and I can see them from up here. However, it's not the greatest. Right, now that's finished, so we will get into the next one. Now we're back again. It's asked me to put in, whoa, it's shaking here. It's asked me to put in the fine point blade. It's checking the blade at the moment, and then it's going to come back and it's going to cut. Now, because I've got a Cricut pen in there, I have no problem with the pen deciding it's going to write all over the image, as I had the other day when I inadvertently didn't put a Cricut pen in there. This is now cutting it out, and as you can see it coming out, you can see that there's little numbers on each one. Once I pick them up from the mat, I will show you them, and then I'll cut the other two pieces and then I will put it together. Now, it's not a short thing to put together, so I'm not sure how long it says. Now that's out now, so I will go and put the next ones in. Now you can see I'm loading the mat. You can also see I've got an angle on my mat. It's not flat down like this to push it in. I have it at a little bit of an angle. What that allows me to do is push it right up to the rollers so that the rollers take it in straight. And that's a very important thing because you don't want your mat kinked before it goes in. Now, the new Maker 3 and the Explore 3 do have guides in here which help with that, and so it's a lot easier to put your mat in straight. However, you do have that 1mm either side, and that makes a difference because you can still skew your mat. Now, what I was going to tell you before, and while this is watching here, I'll just show you, these are the numbers, and I'm not sure whether you can see those. Yeah, you probably can, just if I get it into there. That's how big the numbers are. They're very tiny, but they're certainly discernible for the pieces of paper that you're putting in. Now I have this time a silver pen in there, and it's now cutting my black mat, and I'll come back when it's cut my black mat. Now, my black mat has cut, and I'm just showing you how you take these off the mat. If you place your hand on the paper to keep it flat, the paper won't bend. Once paper has bent, you won't get it straight again. So you bend the mat away from your piece that you want to take off. If there are any little pieces, you might need a little bit of a hand, but basically I bend them away from the mat and then I just peel them off the mat. If they've got score lines in them, they will quite often bend on the scores, but you don't need to worry about that because you're going to bend the score lines anyway. But if you want your paper straight, then it's really important to bend the mat and take your paper off straight. Now I'll cut my next mat. Hi, I'm back again. Now you'll see here that you've got, I don't know whether you can see very well, but you've got the folds here, the score lines, and there's mountain and valley folds. Now a valley fold is denoted by these little V's on here, and they go down. Yep, they go down, and the other folds go up. So what you need to do is you need to get your pieces and fold all of them either up or down as the directions say. Now each one has a number, and you'll be able to see that number when you cut this out for yourself. Oops, not going to go up, not down. And go through them. It's not too bad if you accidentally put one the wrong way. You'll find when you put it together it starts to come right, and so you can see here that this 29, that 24 and that 24 mark, so it's not that great, go over the top of each other, so on the other side they will go like this, and you'll glue those two together. So what you'll be doing at the moment is folding them all. I won't sit here and watch you make me make you watch me folding. I'll just pause again and I'll come back once they're all folded, and hopefully we will be able to put this together. I will spend a bit more time with you in putting it together, because sometimes, generally when I do low poly folds, the pieces are all numbered in which order you put them together. However, these aren't, so what I will do is I will endeavour to get, they do have a starting and end point, and this circle with the arrow in it, heart arrow, triangle in it, is the starting point. So I will come back when I've folded all these, and I will try and put them in some order for you so that you know how they go. This particular one is the end one, and that has a square in it with a circle, and of course it's got a piece at the back to hang it and get your fingers through to put the last bits down. So it is quite important that you put it together in the right order. So I will be back after I've folded them all for you. Right, now what I'm going to suggest you do, and I don't know that they really explain this well, they tell you to take the starting piece and start there and work around, but if you look very carefully here, you've got two number 9s in here. So the way you're going to put it together is you're going to turn it over this way, and you're going to slot the number 9 over the number 9, and then you're going to glue this tab here and put it down here. Now the next tab here again is 42 and 42, so that tab fits over this side. Now this is where it's most important to know whether you've got your mountain valley folds, because once you get to this side you can see now that it joins up there. Now if you go through and find each piece and put the same numbers together, I think it'll be easier to put it together with larger pieces. So I will go down and now and do that. Right, now you can see on my desktop I have got a number now of slightly bigger objects. Now I'm still not quite sure which is what. You can see I've been putting it together with hot glue, and I've got these little strands and spider webs of hot glue. Oops, it looks like I've missed one here. That's one I need to put together. But this looks like little legs of some sort, and they've all gone together, making points at the bottom. So I mean, it's a bit hard to see when you're sort of trying to see black on there. But once you get to this stage, the next stage is trying to work out exactly which ones meet up with where, and that's where I'm up to now. So I will continue, and I hope you're getting up to this stage. Well, as you see, he's all put together. Let me see if I can show you him. There. He's all put together. His ears go together like that. His tail goes on the end, and he's got a little white tip. I found his legs quite hard to put in, and also found that I did put him together with a glue gun, and I do hate using glue guns because they leave all sorts of spider webs over them. But once I clean them up and have them, where am I going? There. He should look okay. It's not perfect, and you probably won't get yours perfect, but he's a cute little button, and I'm going to put some eyes on him soon, so we'll see what those look like. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Yeah, I've finished my little chappy, and I've given him some eyes. Can't see them terribly well, but I'm sure you can see the things glittering in his all over his body, but that's what he looks like. He's probably 6 or 7 inches high. Hang on a minute, I can measure him. I've got a ruler right here. He's he's 7 inches high, so he's just a little cutie, not as big as what they usually come out as, and he's rather cute. So if I turn him that way, you can probably see him a bit better. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope that sort of helps you put them together, but it wasn't terribly helpful because you just seemed to, what I did was I put all the large bits together and then I tried to put them all together. They tell you to, well, they generally tell you to use an electric glue gun and hot glue. There's a debate as to whether that's easier or not. It is faster for some things, it makes it a lot harder for others, but it's whatever you like to work with. And I hope that's helped, and he's rather cute.